Since the mosque massacre in Christchurch, New Zealand, there have been a number of reactions this week. One of them being the banning of assault rifles throughout New Zealand. I'm not going to talk about that. What I'm going to talk about today is Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life being banned from the largest book chain in New Zealand. The store is called Whitcoull's, and here is a customer service letter explaining why the book is banned. Hello, thank you for contacting us. Unfortunately, 12 Rules for Life is currently unavailable, which is a decision that Whitcoull's has made in light of some extremely disturbing material being circulated prior, during, and after the Christchurch attacks. As a business which takes our responsibilities to our communities very seriously, we believe it would be wrong to support the author at this time. Okay, so what does this mean? This means that 12 Rules for Life is being looked at as something that contributed to the massacre. I find that very problematic. One, because I've read the book and I've watched Peterson's lectures where he explains many of the points. All of the chapters highlight how to take responsibility onto yourself rather than blaming the world. So if anything, if the shooter had have read this book, he probably would have done the opposite of what he actually did. So there's that. And also the fact that Mein Kampf is still available at this store. If Peterson's book is more problematic than Mein Kampf, I don't understand the thinking behind this, because it seems like he's being singled out, particularly because of, I guess, who the world says he is, or what a particular branch of people say he is. So that's just one of the reactions. Another reaction is his invitation was rescinded at Cambridge Divinity School. Now, I have a degree in Christian studies, and I've watched all of Peterson's biblical lectures. He has about 18 of them up. I've watched all of them. There is quite a bit to be learned from Peterson's take on the early stories in Genesis. That's what he's covered in these lectures. And the Divinity School could definitely have learned quite a bit from lectures on this subject from him. So I don't think that he would have been political in any way, because he would have been talking about what would be specific to the Divinity School. So the Bible, I am guessing. I don't think this move makes any sense, and it seems like Peterson is just being singled out again. Moving on, something happened actually in my city, in Calgary, at the school where my husband attends, at Mount Royal University. Armin Navabi was supposed to be speaking tonight at Mount Royal at an event put on by the Atheist Society, and it was canceled. I'm going to read the tweet that Armin put out explaining the situation. In light of the shooting last week and the response to the event we have received from students and staff, we are going to have to cancel hosting your event with Armin on campus on Thursday. So an atheist wants to have an event at a school, and because of a massacre at a mosque in Christchurch, New Zealand, he is being asked to not come and speak because of students and staff having a problem with it. I don't see how Armin's atheism should be a problem, considering that a massacre happened on the weekend. I don't see the connection. Armin is an ex-Muslim. That should not have any bearing on whether he speaks or not. He's an atheist, and they were wanting to have an event for fellow atheists. So there seems to just be a trend of a dash to silence any potential negative feelings from people who might make certain groups feel triggered or victimized further. I do think this is the wrong move, and I hope to see that this isn't going to be a trend in the future, but it's something that I see our society moving towards. So what is the appropriate response, though, in this situation? I think the only thing that we can do, rather than silencing potential triggering people or problematic people, the things that I think would be more pertinent in a situation like this is to show the communities that have been affected love and support. Show your neighbor or your friends, anyone who has a different worldview or cultural background or belief system or ideology even. Be kind to them. Show them that you can accept them as a person, even if you don't agree with their beliefs. So that is just what I think would be the best way to go about dealing with this, rather than canceling events and banishing books. If you would like to do some further reading, there is a great article in the Post Millennial outlining what happened with Jordan Peterson, and Armin was on Global News, I believe. He's tweeted out about it on his Twitter account. I'll put the links to these further readings in the description. And don't forget to subscribe.